Good evening, everyone. Once again, we are back, and this time we hope that none of the cat takers have any complaint because the paper was probably too easy compared to the past couple of years altogether. And as we have been telling again and again, that please expect, you can expect a lot of surprises. Dhruvo has been underlying this and highlighting this that IIM Calcutta is known to give surprises, and there can be a lot of loads of questions rather in which are more of analytical in nature. But it happened otherwise. We are surprised by IIM Calcutta, and the paper were not at all tough in any sense or any respect, right, Dhruva?
Uh,
So both the
it's
sessions,
still, yeah, it
yeah.
is still analytical, but yeah, much easier than very clearly easier than many of the papers till now. Yeah,
Right. And in both the sessions, we received more or less the same kind of feedback.
all the three sessions, yes.
Cool. So, what do you think? Like, this would be impacting, right? The cutoffs can go up. That may be one. But again, we have a large number of seats compared to the past couple of years. In a sense that most of the IIMs have increased their seats, and we also do have a new IIM, which is IIM Cambro, which might go again, start taking admissions. So, apart from this, what impact do you think it might have on overall MBA scenario?
While I will share it in the presentation that I'm going to give, but having said that, I am not very hopeful that the cutoffs will go very significantly higher. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The reason is again, what we need to understand is if it is easy for everybody.
Correct.
And therefore, what happens is having the hangover from last year and the changes that has happened in English, uh, we will see lower marks in English this year. That's I'm kind of like slightly predicting in an astrological style, but my guess is that English the marks will come down this year, even if the paper was easy. And I'll explain you the reason during the presentation.
Okay, okay. So I will leave it up to you. I will not take much of a time. And but one just question, quickly arises in my mind is, will there be a sectional cutoff also, like which will be get affected, or might something which may be different in.
It will obviously matter for the IIMs. Definitely, it will matter for the IIMs.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, the biggest change that happened was in English, because of which my guess is the English score will come down this year. Okay, so and because the paper was easy and because there were changes that were made, the English score, my guess is will be coming down largely this year. And English being always the highest scoring section of the paper, if it comes down, see, maths or DI are not the highest scoring sections in the paper. Okay, so last year, if somebody would have attempted 8 with an easy paper, even if that is 50% more, they would have attempted 12. Okay, but English, nobody attempts less than 15, nobody attempts less than 16. Okay, and that is where the overall impact would have come.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Dhruva sir, I will give finish it here, and also would request you one thing. Uh, uh, will it affect normalization during your presentation, or how
Yeah, I will explain.
normalization would work? If you can touch upon that. So,
Sure.
today's session is being sponsored by Force School of Management, Delhi. The applications are open, and Force School now have around 700 seats. They have a new campus which is in Gurgaon, and you can know that even we will share the details maybe during the presentation in the comment section or after it, whenever you need. So right now, over to you, Dhruvo sir. As usual, looking forward to a great session.
Thank you. Okay, so okay, quickly. So the cat is out of the bag. We all know yesterday cat is over. I think most of you, it's almost 3 months, 6 months, 1 year of preparation that has been done. I think that's the good part about it. I think what I was insisting for the last few days is that cat is known for surprises. There will be some change. One thing that has never changed in cat is that it has never stopped changing. So I think it has lived up to its reputation. I think there has been changes in CAT. Only thing was that unlike CAT 2023, this time it was a motivational change. The paper did not look scary. The paper did not look unattemptable. The paper did not look, out of, Mars or Jupiter. The paper looked very much earthly, mundane. Anybody can attempt it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paper, do a full analysis of the paper, and then I will tell you why, and I'm sticking my head on it, why the cutoffs in English will be a problematic figure this year. Why I think that this is a cause of worry for at least 75% of the people who will be writing CAT this year. Okay, but let's just look at the paper first. Uh, in all the three slots, irrespective of the morning slot, afternoon slot, and evening slot, total number of questions are 68. Verbal ability 24. There are 8 questions of VA and 16 questions of RC. Data interpretation and logical reasoning, total 22 questions, and quantitative ability, total 22 questions. So nothing, not very, very minor changes in terms of number of questions and etc. From last year, almost in the same level. बहुत ज्यादा खास कुछ वही 40 minutes का पेपर था per section. So everything remained to be more or less same. I don't think the structure of the paper, at least on the face of it, was not very different. Okay, however, okay, now this is what I wanted to talk about. The lack of parajumbles in VA and RC is going to play a very, very significant role in total marks. Please understand, for the last 5, 6, 7 years, we have had this habit that at least 4 question parajumble ke tita aate hain, right? And if you remember, over the last 4, 5 sessions, I have been saying that, you have to attempt theta questions, you have to attempt theta questions, they don't get a negative marking and this and that and etc. This year in VRC, out of the 24 questions, just 2 were theta. Okay, therefore that means 22 questions. Now this is unprecedented. You'll have to understand that since theta has come into the picture, such less number of theta questions in VRC is unprecedented. Has never ever happened. Now therefore what it means, I think most of CAT aspirants will agree with me that the lowest accuracy happens in the VRC section. Okay, the lowest accuracy. I mean, I am challenging almost everybody who will be writing CAT. Go back and check your quant section, go back and check your DILR section, and go back and check your VRC section. If you write the exam to the best of your seriousness, generally the lowest accuracy rate is in the VRC section. Now here, uh, those who are not core English students, or those who are, I'll say, not English literature student or something like that, at least those people whose strongest section was not English, they hugely relied on these theta questions, and the theta number of theta questions could have been is generally never less than 6, 7, 8. Okay, this time it is just 2 theta questions. Okay, my worry is that such less number of theta questions is going to create lot of problem with accuracy in VRC. Okay, if your accuracy is good, you are lucky. The reason I'm saying this is because the paper was not very difficult in terms of RC or in terms of VA. So if you are above average prepared, if you have been getting above 80 percentile, 85 percentile in English consistently, then maybe you will not be affected. But anybody whose VRC had been, showing a sinusoidal movement, कभी ऊपर जा रहा है, कभी नीचे जा रहा है, my hunch is that, when the results come out, at least in RC and those odd man out questions, we will have accuracy problems. Okay, now I mean, that's where I think uh, the major chunk of change that is going to happen. Okay, so no parajumbles. Again, something unprecedented over last 10 years. If I look at a 10-year window, no parajumbles is something which uh, is something which worried me. Trust me, I'm not a I'm a core quants guy. So when I did not see parajumbles were lifesaver for me. So when parajumbles are not there and there are only two theta questions, my risk taking capability came down significantly. Okay, uh, I did not write the paper this year, but I mean, when I got the report, the first reaction that came to my mind was that, thank God I did not write the paper this year, because my accuracy rate in VAFC would have come down significantly. Okay. The other thing which I think is a major change in CAT 24 this year is arithmetic. Okay, arithmetic and algebra literally was two-third of the quant section. Okay, in fact, so many arithmetic questions, so many. Okay, now please understand that, again, maybe slightly biased towards engineers, but mostly please understand that chapters like geometry, trigonometry, coordinate geometry, permutation combination probability, functions and graphs, they have hold roots for people who are very well prepared. Okay, so the people who are good in quant, they would rely on the fact that arithmetic kam aate or geometry and etc zyada aate hain, which is the differentiator between somebody who is more prepared in quant vis-a-vis somebody who is less prepared in quant. This time arithmetic being so many in number, uh, I, literally was very good news for people. Number one. Number two, again, now this is the interesting part. 12 questions out is theta in quant, which is I mean, the think about it. जो जो मैं अभी तक बोलता रहा हूं कि क्वांट किसी को पसंद नहीं होता है. ठीक है, दिस इज जनरली द वीकेस्ट सेक्शन ऑफ द पेपर फॉर एटलीस्ट थ्री फोर्थ ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन. नाउ इफ arithmetic comes with a bang. Arithmetic is something which is like day to day life. You don't use geometry everyday life, but you use profit and loss in everyday life. Okay, you use numbers in day to day life. So therefore these are some things, time and distance, time and work, these are some things which are, these are life. So most of the time people are comfortable with these chapters. Now that comes back in huge number, and that too half of the paper is theta, is absolutely fantastic news for those people who are fearing quant, who are petrified with quant. This is like a lifesaver to them, and that is exactly where I'm going to stick my neck out, and I'm going to say that the balance will change this year. Okay, those who are relying on VRC, my guess is that VRC cutoff will be lower than last year. Okay, and quant cutoff will be obviously much higher than last year. Okay, last year there were a lot of, as I call them, looker shockers. Okay, by the look of the question itself you got a shock and you are dead. Okay, so no looker shockers like 2023. The questions looked easy, uh, they were easy. They were easy to the extent that many of my students called me up and he said that, sir, I was not being able to believe that मैं क्वेश्चन कर रहा हूं और क्वेश्चन हो जा रहे. ऐसा मेरे साथ मॉक्स में कभी नहीं हुआ है कि मैं क्वेश्चन कर रहा हूं, शुरू कर रहा हूं और हो जा रहे हैं. जो कर रहा हूं ऑप्शन में है. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? अनबिलीवेबल. Okay, so that shift, okay, is a very new thing in CAT if you look at the window of last 10 years. Okay, generally VRC is the one where you attempt most. Okay, I have been reported that out of 24 questions many people have attempted more than 18. Okay, and the moment they said it, my first worry was, and I asked them immediately, how good was your accuracy rate when you were writing mocks? Okay, now this same thing happened with arithmetic. Lot of people, or for that matter quant, lot of people now attempted more, but they attempted with lot of apprehension. Unbelievably good going arithmetic. मैं generally quant section में 3 attempt करता हूँ, 4 attempt करता हूँ, आज मैं 10 attempt कर दिया हूँ. So my guess is that people restrain themselves, held themselves back. I think that is something which will play a very significant role in the final cutoffs. Okay, happy thing, in DI, calculation based DI is back. Okay, though there was a hint of reasoning in almost every of the questions, but yes, unlike last year where there are almost no calculation required, this time it looks like that, the focus has come back to data analysis, doing some percentage calculations, uh, doing some addition subtractions here and there. So yeah, I mean, I guess that is something which will come back. Speed calculations as a practice will come back. I've always emphasized on the fact that irrespective of uh, whether you like speed calculations or not, whether you like approximations or estimations or not, you should learn them as a life skill. Okay, you will require them as a manager, and therefore when the calculation based DI came back this year, I believe that that's a very very good thing to happen. So yeah, I think only reasoning based was creating some trouble. I think Cat heard us. I think Cat follows campussutra.com and listen to the uh, session that I had about Cat 2023. So I think that has been taken care of. Calculation based DI is back in business. So people could read, could solve partially almost something from every set that had come. Overall, the paper was significantly easier than CAT 2023 in terms of both look as well as feel. Okay. Now, let me be the devil's advocate here. I have a strong feeling that uh, if people were not careful with the exuberance of the first 5 6 minutes, people will tend to commit mistakes. Okay, this has happened many years earlier also. I remember CAT 2014, which was immediately after CAT 2013, where the paper became suddenly very easy, and people went into exuberance, uh, started doing questions recklessly, and then the accuracy rate went for a toss, and that's exactly where the cutoffs came down. Okay, so okay, so since I can see a question which says cutoff may go higher, yes, partially and definitely the cutoffs in terms of at least the absolute scores will go higher. That I have no doubt about that in my mind. But having also said that, I'll share with you my predictions about the cutoffs. But yeah, I don't think that the cutoffs will go significantly higher than last year. In fact, my guess is that it will be mostly balanced out between VRC and Quant. My guess is VRC, the cutoffs will be slightly lower than last year, or at least in that range. That is exactly what I have kept vis-a-vis CAT 23. Quant, my guess is obviously it will be higher than last year. Okay, because as I said, the risk taking was super high in Quant. If you look at it, 10 to 12 questions of theta, I mean, people would have marked them, and if luck plays well, you have a great day. So therefore, yeah, I mean, my guess is that the scores will be balanced out between VRC and Quant. Okay. If reports are to be believed, we talked to about approximately 1,000 odd students, mostly from Delhi NCR. I have talked to some people from Bangalore and some people from Kolkata, but yeah, uh, just by the number of people who have said difficult questions, easy questions, and etc., slot 2 seems to be significantly more difficult than the other two slots. Okay, that's what we got to know from people. The number of people who said slot 2 was difficult, or the quant section was difficult, the number of quant questions that were difficult was significantly higher in percentage than slot 1 and slot 3. So my guess is that yes, there may be some truth in life that in fact, when we talk to the teachers also, they reported a similar viewpoint. So it looks like slot 2 was the one which is slightly more difficult. Other than that, slot 3 and slot 1 had similar difficulty levels, very clearly. Slot 3 seems to have some lengthy quant and LRDI questions. approximately 30% of our students who came from slot 3 reported this. uh, I did not hear about any lengthy quant question in slot 1. I did not hear about very lengthy questions in slot LRDI question in slot 3. So yeah, my guess is that slot 3 had reported some lengthy questions. That's something we heard. And slot 1, people are saying, is the easiest one. That is where the highest amount of exuberance that I had heard. uh, you know, at around 12 o'clock, my phones are buzzing. Literally 11:30, my phones are buzzing, saying that sir, बहुत easy paper था, आपने तो बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ाया था, बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन कराए थे सर, परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन तो कुछ नहीं आया, all these questions. So therefore, uh, slot 1, it seemed, was high on exuberance, high on easiness, and so on and so forth. uh, I repeat and reiterate, my worry with a easy paper is people go berserk, people go reckless, and that is where the accuracy rate comes down. Okay, so we'll have to wait to be happy. I would strongly recommend that don't be too happy. uh, be happy as much as to be motivated for snap and mat, the exams that are coming. But yeah, let's wait for the OMR sheets to come out and see the answers. Okay, now this is my prediction about sectional cutoffs. Please remember, most of the institutes in India, especially the top 20, keep the sectional cutoffs as 80 to 85 percentile. uh, I have kept a very moderate uh, 20 to 23 marks, and I mean marks, for the VRC section for 85, 80 to 85 percentile. Okay, and I'm saying if you are getting therefore approximately 10 questions attempt and one or two of them wrong, you should be able to clear the sectional cutoff for VRC. Okay, I know it is significantly different than most of the other coaching institutes. They have said, I would stick to this. I would like to stick to this because uh, my guess is the accuracy rate of VRC section will come down significantly because of less number of theta questions. Okay, on the complete contrary, you can see that quant I have in slot 1 as well as slot 3. I'm almost uh, 50% higher than last year. Last year, approximately 4 questions would have given you 85 percentile, 4 questions done correctly. This time I'm going to go ahead and say that approximately 10 to 12 attempts, approximately 80% of them right. Nothing lower than that is going to give you 85 percentile. Okay, so 18 marks, which will mean approximately 6 questions correct, or 10 attempted, 8 right, something like that. Okay, 8 right or 7 right, something like that. That is the type of accuracy that we will require to clear the 85th percentile in these sections here. Okay, DILR traditionally has been uh, lower than quant, and also this year I don't see any significant, it's going to be any significantly different, has been the lowest one. People are not very comfortable with speed maths, and with speed maths coming to see, I can only very clearly tell you that in spite of me telling in multiple classes and multiple sessions that you should practice estimation, you should practice approximations, and etc., because last year was very reasoning driven. Lot of people, in fact a lot of coaching institutes gave lot of reasoning based questions. Okay, and people started loving it. You get the kick of it when you start solving those reasoning based questions. So this year the calculation based questions were easy, and those who had practiced calculation based questions, which are very few, that is my guess, uh, would have got a significant advantage, because they would have finished those questions quicker, faster than other people. They would have scored slightly more. But those who have not practiced quicker calculations, approximations, estimation, solving it from options, only concentrated on reasoning based questions, they would have scored slightly lower, because they would have taken longer time to calculate. Okay, the calculator as usual was not very useful. So yeah, my guess is that the DILR cutoffs will remain lower. Okay, very few, but yes, approximately 3 to 4% of my students had reported some mouse malfunction in at least some of the centers which were private colleges. They were not TCS science centers or something like that. They were private colleges or schools or something like that. There, a certain very small number of students have reported the mouse malfunction or the computer malfunction or something like that. Very significantly small in number, so I'm not very worried about them. But yes, if that would have happened, that would have impacted DILR also, because in DILR, there was a little bit of scrolling that needed. There was an arrow scrolling, so therefore that scrolling required you to be a little bit of doing here and there. You could have done it without the mouse also, but yeah, the mouse would have helped, at least in terms of the psychological pressure. Okay, so this is my sectional cutoff. uh, no use knowing about what is going to be 99 percentile in quant, but my guess is, if you have to again be forced to tell what will be a 99 percentile or something like that, my guess is that 100 percentile will be close to all questions. Okay, I will not be surprised if around 10-15 students will be able to clear the full paper. Okay, in fact, um, uh, there will be a group of students who will be able to score in the range of 60, 65, 60, 62, something like that, in the quant section. Okay, so uh, yes, the paper was easy, and anybody who was very very well prepared, there is absolutely no reason for somebody not to be able to complete at least 15 plus questions in the paper. So if you ask me what will be a 99 percentile in quant, my guess is it will be in the range of somewhere around 40 plus, 40 to 45 plus. Okay, if you ask me 100 percentile, obviously very very high score, 50 plus, 55 plus, maybe easily achievable, at least for a very, obviously for a very small group of people. uh, my worries, as I said, VRC. VRC, I am slightly worried this year. In fact, I am worried to death for many of my students. uh, I know for sure that 70% of the people writing CAT are engineers. Mostly engineers are not good with VRC in terms of accuracy rate. They try to compensate accuracy rate with number of attempts, including like 8 theta attempts and etc. Since there was no parajumble, since there was almost no theta, only 2 theta questions in the paper, and if they would have attempted more without really caring about accuracy like the way they do it in the mocks, then my worry is that VARC numbers will significantly fall. Okay, so therefore I have kept it like last year. You can see CAT 23 analysis, I have kept it almost like last year. uh, I will be surprised, I will not be surprised rather if they fall further. There is no use talking about what is a 99 percentile in again VRC, because please understand that they are toppers are only like 10 people. 100 percentile is 99.995 plus, so it really does not matter what do they get. But yeah, I pray and hope for all students that you have not been reckless and berserk in VRC. uh, this is my prediction for overall marks. uh, my guess is that uh, slot 1 and slot 3, which has been reported to be easy, a 99 percentile. Remember, there are 3.29 lakh people. So my guess is approximately 3 lakh people would have written the paper. So if you ask me about 99 percentile plus, 99%, please remember that 99 percentile plus is not safe enough for at least 5 institutes if you are an engineer. Okay, but yeah, for a 99 percentile, my guess is 90 to 92 should be a 99 percentile. 99.5 will be significantly higher. My guess is will be in the range of approximately 115 to 120. Yes, the 0.5 percentile would have created a difference. The 0.5 percentile will be a very big difference. It is all about, as I said, the game changer will be English this year. Okay, so those people who have, maintained their cool, played it well, played it with composure, would have touched 110, 115. Those who would not have, slot 1 and slot 3, the marks would have got significantly down to 90 to 92. Uh, you can see the drops that I'm suggesting from 99 to 95. You can see that I dropped almost uh, 20 odd marks, which is approximately 6 to 7 questions. Okay, you can see for slot 2 it is actually slightly lower because of the difficulty level that has been reported. But yeah, my guess is that uh, 95 percentile will be anywhere between 68 to 70 in slot 3, 64 to 66 in slot 2, 90th percentile again a significant drop. I'm saying that approximately 6 to 7 marks difference, will 6 to 7 questions difference is going to create a 5 percentile difference. Okay, so please understand what I'm fundamentally saying this year as a prediction is that in the higher percentiles, that is 99 to 99.5, जितना क्वेश्चन का डिफरेंस पे परसेंटाइल डिफरेंट होगा, उतना ही क्वेश्चन के डिफरेंस पे 99 से 95 या 95 से 90 हो जाएगा. इनफैक्ट द लोअर यू गो, the number of questions difference will be actually lesser. Okay, my guess is 85 percentile will come with a difference of not more than 3 questions. Okay, because please understand that is where the accuracy rate will play a role. Okay, the moment you are moving towards a 50% or a 60% accuracy rate from 85 to 90% accuracy rate, the difference is going to come down significantly. Okay, so if I was and please remember, when I mean I mean a profile like mine, which is a typical, if I would have written cat 20 years back, I would have been an engineer, fresher engineer writing the paper. This English section I would have done it with tremendous caution. Okay, which if reports are to go by, uh, people have not done that. Okay, I have been reported at least uh, 500 to 700 odd students out of the 1000 students that I have talked to. At least 500 to 700 odd students have reported more than 18 attempts in the English section. Okay, which is very, very worrisome. Okay, very, very worrisome, because people will go reckless, and that is where I have my worry. Okay, but having said that, let's understand 2 3 things first. For cat 23, there is no time to waste. Okay, because uh, snap starts within next 10 days. uh, before you understand EDMAT, one attempt will come. Before you understand ZAT will come. uh, GDPI has to start. There is a high chance that cat results will be out by mid December. uh, most of the institutes will start giving you interview dates from second week of January and etc. So therefore, yes, there is no much time. In fact, if you are finally a student in college or something, then yes, this is going to be a very, very difficult month, because you will have your semester exams as well. So the only thing that I can tell for cat 23 students is that there is no time to waste. uh, with whatever we have discussed, and I'm sure you have attended at least 3 4 coaching institutes and lot of YouTube channels and lot of influencers over last I will say 24 hours. uh, my suggestion to you is, I don't think, including myself, anybody has a perfect knowledge about what is going to happen as a cat result. uh, since somebody had asked, and I can see one question that has also been put up, normalization, yes, there will be definitely a normalization, because if reports are to be believed, set 2 was significantly difficult in terms of both length of the question as well as difficulty level in both quant as well as the English and the DI section. In fact, at least 2 RCs has been reported very difficult in the slot 2. So my guess is yes, some normalization will happen. So The marks that I have showed you, please remember, are raw scores. They are not normalized scores. Normalized scores we will never know. All I'm saying is that you would have, if you would have attempted those number of questions with good accuracy rate, you would have got a call. But yes, normalization will happen because, as I said, the difficulty level in the second slot seems to be slightly higher than slot 1 and slot 3. Having said that, uh, let me put it this way, and I think the good news, as Nirmala had said, is that this year IIMs, almost every IIM have increased their seat number of seats, including IIM Guwahati, IIM Kamrup that you was talking about. IIM Kamrup is the newest IIM that has been institutionalized in Assam, and they have promised to start the academic year this year. So we have IIM Bombay, which started last year, IIM Kamrup, which is starting this year. So first of all, there are IIMs. Four has now two campuses. XLRI had, MDI had two campuses for a significant amount of years now. IFT has two campuses. So therefore, yeah, the number of seats and etc. should not be a problem. My guess is that now that CAT is over, the biggest exam is over, you should relax a little bit and quickly just move on and prepare for SNAP and MAT-ZAT. Okay, what do you prepare for SNAP and MAT-ZAT? Nothing much, no change in syllabus, nothing to worry about except for the fact that you start taking the mocks. Okay, remember these are exams which are at least for SNAP and MAT, very unlikely that you'll have to go to that depth of study that you did for CAT. SNAP is just a 1 year exam, finishes before it starts. And MAT, you have to understand the adaptability of the paper. It's a computer adaptive test. So, it's good to give some mocks, which NMAT, which looks or is similar to NMAT. Okay. ZAT has some significant different types of questions like decision making. So, yeah, you have to prepare. And please remember that some of the institutes under them, let me name them: SIBM Pune, SMHRD, NMIMS Mumbai campus, XLRI, XIM Bhubaneswar. Some of them can be actually better, as good, if not better, than many of the IIMs. Okay, at least the new IIM. So, yeah, so some lot of exams are left. Even if you have done well, there is absolutely no reason to be complacent. Quickly move on, start preparing for these exams, prepare for your backup. If it has not worked out well, I don't think there is anything to lose. Snap and MAT-ZAT, fantastic exams, fantastic colleges. You should be preparing them well through mocks. uh, Good time to start GDPI preparations. GK is a pain point. You will understand GK, opinion building, career planning, questions like why MBA, what is the goal in life. These are questions which are significantly difficult to understand. Introspection is difficult. Understanding your own character is difficult. So therefore, good time to start GDPI preparations. My suggestion will be that slowly but steadily start going into that direction. ठीक है, कल पेपर खत्म हुआ है, आज का दिन आप chill कर लो, but tomorrow onwards, I think that is something which you can start doing. So if somebody says that what do I do, write mocks, analyze the mocks for Snap and MedZat, and in the free time start reading newspapers, start reading hot topics, start writing SOPs, prepare for yourself. That's how you do. Final year aspirants, 2024 graduates, I have said that repeatedly, I've said that heartlessly, but I have no iota of doubt that if the results are not up to the expectations, if CAT 24 has not gone off well, I mean all the students who are from CAT 23 to 24, if they have not gone off well, you should definitely write CAT once again. CAT is worth at least 3 attempts. So therefore, please don't give up. I have absolutely no doubt. So stick to the top 20 institutes in India. Stick to the institutes that are your dream colleges. Only then it makes sense. Otherwise, it does not make sense. Okay. Uh, 24 plus students. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is those who are not happy with their CAT attempts, plus CAT 25 students, CAT 26 students, CAT 27 students. Those are in first year, second year, uh, third year now. Okay, I have always said, and I'll keep on saying, like a parrot that the paper is unpredictable. Okay, the paper is unpredictable. If anybody says this is a good score in the paper, this is how it should work, they are lying. They don't understand cat. Okay, don't work with pre-decided numbers. Cat is a paper which thrives on unpredictability, and therefore if you have started your preparations now, or you are open to the preparations for next year, you should work on strengthening in quotes all areas of the syllabus. Please remember, first of all, there is no syllabus, but yes, you should be prepared for all areas of the syllabus. There should not be any weak section. If there is a weak section for the next 1 year, it should be uh, the whole preparation theme should be to bringing them as close as possible to your strong section. So yeah, I mean, the paper will be unpredictable next year, whether it is going to be an easy paper, tough paper, same structure, we don't know. Okay, I don't think cat will ever lose that theme of unpredictability. Okay, uh, another strong and significant suggestion that I have been giving for the last 1 year to all students of cat is that please remember that it is always better to go to world number 100th college than to go to a college which is world number 10,000. Okay, now please understand that the competition to go into a world number 70 college, global rank 70, is significantly lower than going into India's number 40. Okay, but India's number 40 does not feature in almost top 10,000 worldwide. Okay, and therefore now that the GMAT structure looks like cat like ever never before, it is 3 sections, 45 minutes. Name of the sections are verbal ability and quant and DI. The only change is they call it quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, data insights, but it looks almost similar to like cat. There is no extra preparation, in fact significantly lesser preparation and syllabus and competition. I would strongly recommend that you should keep an eye on GMAT preparation. Okay, keep it by your side. First year students and second year students, the good news is that you can write GMAT whenever you want because the score is 5 years valid. So you, if you are in your first year or second year, you should just prepare for GMAT for next 2 3 months, write it off, keep the score, write cat in your final year. Even if you're not going there, you have a backup of the GMAT score. Increasing number of schools in India, including IMT Ghaziabad, including MDI, a lot of schools, Great Lakes Institute of Management, they are accepting GMAT score. So it increases your chances of getting into a business school in India significantly. Significantly lesser syllabus and competition, much easier. Now please don't misunderstand me, I'm not saying that the question paper is easy. I'm just saying that the competition is much lower, and therefore the amount of preparation that you require to score a 99 percentile is much easier in GMAT. And as I said, that by chance, if in India you are not being able to get into a very good B school, top 20, top 30 of the world, you should do an master's program in management or an MS program in finance from abroad. That should work very well. Okay, so that's the fundamental idea. The correct time for the preparation, I always say, is now. Okay, so whether it is a first year student, second year student, anybody who has an idea that they are going to do an MBA, I think it is very important that you start the preparations now. 4 to 5 exams you should keep in mind, whether it is cat, sat, snap and mat, maybe 2 3 other exams in India, and GMAT. I think that should be the preparation level for cat 24 plus aspirants. Anybody who is moving from yesterday and moving towards cat 25 and beyond, the time to prepare is now. Okay, so you might ask that if I am not interested to prepare right now, what can I do now to prepare? I think, as I said, the mental calculations, approximations, quick calculations, being able to be comfortable with data is something which you can prepare right away. Okay, so I think that is something which you will need to start preparing. Okay, last thing before Nirmalya takes over, uh, I think one very important thing that I would insist on doing is that you quickly need to, every one of you need to quickly uh, get over the hangover of cat. I understand that it was a good news and many people are uh, thinking they have scored good in cat. Uh, I will say, and I hope so. I hope so, and I fervently hope that you score good in cat. But having said that, there can be some surprises that come when cat results come out. My suggestion for you is don't wait out for them. Start preparing for Zat, Snap, etc. Don't go to Snap if you have got an IIM Ahmedabad. You will not ask me. But yeah, if you are not being able to go there or something goes wrong, then at least this backup should play a very, very important role. Yeah? Yes, Nirmal, you can take over.
Yeah, talking of IIM Ahmedabad, let's not also forget FMS Delhi.
Yes,
Might as well, it would be a obviously far better thing, because that the EMI burden would not be there when you are getting
absolutely.
into a FMS Delhi with a 2.5 lakh fees, and the average CTC which is at par with IIM Ahmedabad, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yes,
So
absolutely.
the other thing which I totally agree is, Dhruva sir, is, let's move ahead. I mean, let's not keep on talking about cat anymore. And as few of the well-known actors, I have seen in the interviews, after performance they don't go to see the movie when it is released in the first week or so. So
Yeah.
that's their any thing. But again, there are a lot of exams coming up, and as I've been telling always, this cat or any ZAT or any of this entrance test is just a platform ticket to the to a larger thing, and it's not the end of the road. So we should not be there may be one or two students which we have received one or two feedback that this paper did not went well. So it might have gone well for most of the students, but it may not have gone well for one or two. But there are plenty of options today in India, and for
Absolutely.
each and every bandwidth, each and every percentile, there are plenty of good B schools.
Yes.
And coming up soon is Snap. Coming up is ZAT. There would be always a second chance for people who may not have done that great as per their expectations.
In fact,
This
Snap will be, most of the people will be attempting at least twice, if not thrice. So
true.
I think that will uh, average it out a lot.
True. And last year, unlike last year, rather, where CMAT was like delayed, and when we got to a point that we were wondering whether CMAT would be at all held or not, but this year CMAT has been declared. The dates has been declared. We might as well touch upon that in the next session when we do Snap, and there would be a session followed by after Snap for ZAT as well. So till then, let's if there is any queries, do write to us, and take mock tests which are there in campussutra.com, as many as you want to take. It's absolutely free. And for any queries, do write into us. And that's all from my end. Thank you all. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruva sir.